you so much.
Huh? Black Love Experience. I'm not used to using the regular Facebook. All right.
Hello, 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 everyone.
Hey, what's up, guys?
You are tuned into Black Love Experience Radio at Elevation Radio.
Welcome to daylight savings time.
Yes, yes.
I
How you
love this
guys
time of year
doing?
because we get all the light, all the extra daylight.
Absolutely,
It's the
absolutely.
rebirth. This is when the rebirth starts right now.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. So how's everybody weekend? How was everybody weekend so far? I hope everyone had a great weekend. We had a busy weekend this weekend, as
Yeah.
always, but it was wonderful. Um, so I just wanted to, we're gonna touch on a couple things
Yeah.
with you guys. We're gonna have
Also, I know we just commemorated the 21st anniversary of Biggie.
yes,
Biggie's passing, Biggie's murder
yes,
in L.A.
yes, 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 yes.
And I guess we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, you want to talk about
It's a couple things we got.
yeah, yeah. We'll talk about the Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, a lot of people are saying Bruno Mars they're accusing him of cultural appropriation, which is stealing. Basically what that means is stealing from black folks.
yeah,
That's a fancy word for stealing black culture. Um, yeah, yeah. Everybody, I noticed that the whole Biggie March 9th should be Biggie. Yeah, it should be Biggie Day. We gotta what's called for a national holiday for Biggie. I think Biggie is actually bigger than in this age right now, the social media age where everybody is. I think he's actually bigger than Elvis, way bigger.
yeah. Biggie,
His
big.
death, yeah, exactly. It had more of an impact, I think, because on pop culture now,
Absolutely.
because I just was like, yo, when March 9th, man, I'm like, if you go on social media like everybody is, all you saw was Biggie, 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 Biggie.
Yes, yes. Everybody and all the radio
Yeah, going back.
stations was playing his songs, and it was great. So they definitely should honor him that day,
Yeah, Biggie Day.
Biggie Day.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not about. A lot of times, you're like political or whatever influence, and that's another thing too. Since everybody's go that route with Biggie on the date of his death. I mean, can we get that same kind of love for Malcolm X on his day? Like when the day that he was assassinated, or the day that he is born. A lot of people like they're not going to give it to us.
Yeah, all the leaders, not just Malcolm X, not just
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X,
I
but
mean,
all of the leaders.
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah, but he gets his. Martin gets his. But I'm saying Malcolm doesn't get nowhere near the Biggie gets more recognition than Malcolm to me. That's. I mean, he gets way more recognition. I mean, as far as like on the date on anniversaries of death and birth,
Okay, all right, yeah.
Biggie gets
Okay.
more recognition. Malcolm is more. He's gonna get he gets attention, but not like Biggie.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
we
Biggie.
got to keep. I mean, I love Biggie too. Man, like I said, but we got to keep them. We got to keep them on the same field.
Yeah, the
When
same.
even when we know that, I mean, I think if you look back on it, Malcolm is with his journey. I think he had a lot bigger impact on the world.
Yes, absolutely.
Had a much bigger impact on the world. I mean,
Absolutely.
Biggie had an impact on pop culture. I think, but I mean, Malcolm. I mean, and then they still try to shun him. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't do Black Panther. I remember when Malcolm X the movie first came out, and they were people. The movie theaters were giving Malcolm X tickets out, but they were like putting the credit towards another movie. So trying to make sure that the box office wasn't going to be. We came a long ways from Malcolm X to Black Panther, because I remember when that happened. I remember everybody were saying that they were funneling the ticket sales to other movies. You know what I mean? They were like they were saying you wanted to go see Malcolm X, but they were saying you were going to see. I don't know what was going on at that time. What other movie was going on at the time? But they wasn't giving the credit to Malcolm X as far as box office receipts. It was a big thing that I remember. It was a big thing. I just graduated high school, so I mean we were wearing Malcolm X T-shirts and all that back then.
Right.
I would love to get back to that where people were wearing Malcolm X.
Well, we're slowly getting there.
Yeah.
You know, slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
That goes to another story. This kid in New York, his name is Malcolm Xavier. He is named after Malcolm X. And the school that he's going to, he's a senior.
Yeah.
And the school that he goes to, they won't let him wear his name.
Yeah, they won't let him
on his sweater. I mean, how absurd is that?
I seen
man?
that. That's crazy.
How absurd is that? I mean, you're named after, your parents named you after somebody who influenced them. I mean, basically. And it hits home to me because I have two cousins that have kids named after Malcolm.
Right.
One named Malcolm, one named Malik.
Right.
You know what I mean? So his name was Malcolm Xavier, and he can't wear his own name on his senior sweater because of the controversy surrounding the name Malcolm X. Still, and what year is this?
All stems back to racism.
What year is
slavery.
this though? I mean, come on, man.
I mean, everything. But if you think about it, everything stems back to that.
Yeah.
Everything stems back to that. You know.
But
everything that we do.
The kid's name. His name is Malcolm Xavier.
Well, I mean, anything that's going to be
That's
going to be pointed.
Towards a controversial civil rights figure. People don't like the way Malcolm X was. I mean, a lot of people, for obvious reasons, he's going to live forever because his views were very common sense, and they made a lot of sense. You know what I mean? But they focus on one part of Malcolm. They don't focus on his transition to when he started accepting all cultures as all brothers. When he went to Mecca, and he saw all the blue-eyed. He said he saw blue-eyed Muslims. You know what I mean? And he became more acceptance. And in that retrospect, he changed his name to Malik as a form of, you know what I mean? Basically, when he changed his name to Malik, that was his transition from Malcolm to Malik when he started welcoming more people because he had came in. You know, if you watch, I mean, I know I've read what's called the autobiography. I've watched we've all watched the movie 100 million times. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just the transition. So people want to focus on that one aspect of Malcolm X. One. They don't want to focus on the transition of Malcolm X because they know, I mean, and if it was taught in schools, these kids would understand. They want to demonize him. A lot of people still want to demonize him for being a hate monger, like comparing him to like the white nationalist. No, you can't do that.
Right.
That's not. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, and then that's where we got to come in as parents. Those of us who know, and we got to educate our kids on that because
that's bottom line to the whole.
It's not.
Situation.
It's not the same.
You have to educate your kids because if you don't educate them, they're educating them and they're giving them false information. They're not giving them the information they should know.
And understand that the government. I mean, they love this. They love this separation, divide and conquer. They don't give a damn if you white, black, Puerto Rican. Indian,
as long as
whatever, as long as there's some kind of division, because they see that and they know that that's how they can rule. If we all come together, man, it's trouble. It's trouble.
Right.
It's going to be trouble,
well,
and
like
they know that.
It's slowly happening. You know, we just have to keep, as a people, we just have to keep talking to one another, and the key word to that is listening.
Yeah.
You know.
We only wait. I was talking.
We don't listen. We don't listen. We don't like to be told anything.
No.
We have to get that stubborn mentality out of our minds. We don't like to be told anything. If you say anything to somebody, you think they're criticized. They look at you as a criticism, like you're criticizing them, or you're putting them down, or you're saying whatever. You're just saying it to help them.
Yeah.
You know. So we have to.
It's all based on how people receive what's being told.
You gotta stop with all that.
And we go through that sometimes. Me and my wife, we go through it.
We go through it all the time.
Where, I mean, she might say something, and I might, hey.
You know what I mean? I criticize him all the time, guys.
The same thing with her.
I don't.
And it's the same thing with her. We go through that. We do that. And that's how we know that it's not. It's bigger than this. That I mean, we got to be able. You got to be able to bring what you got to bring to the table, and we got to be able to work it out and talk. And the thing is now is that we can't, and I see now why social media is such a big. It's a big avenue for that because it gives people their way to they can say something without being interrupted. Just like text messaging. You can text. I mean, if you're in an argument with somebody and you're texting them, you can't be disturbed. That's why a lot of people do it. Now, see
that all stems back to listening.
Yeah, but and that's the thing.
People don't listen.
But
you have to listen. That's where it stems back to.
That's where text messaging.
Everybody's flapping their gums and they're not listening.
Yeah.
So that's why
I was
it stems back to that.
I went to my restaurant in Delaware, and the girl he just came up to. She was like, "I gotta ask you a question." She was 15. And she said, text or would you text or voice call? And I'm like, I said voice call. And this is something. It was funny that she came to me. That's just energy, man, in the universe. Because she came to me and she asked me because I guess they were having a conversation at the restaurant that they were at, and she was like text or voice calling. And I was like, yo, ain't nothing like reaching out and touching someone. I mean, when I say reach out and touch someone, not by this, not by the hands and all this technology. I'm talking about calling people and actually talking to them. That's the new thing. People text. Yeah, but the thing is that she's 15, and I said, look at you, you're 15. I asked her how old was she. She said 15. See, a lot of these kids that are coming up now, they won't know what it was like to actually reach out. And then you have the option on your phones. You can call somebody and talk to them. A lot of people want to hear your voice.
Well, how many people actually know people's phone numbers?
That's the thing, because that's what technology
People
has
don't
done.
even
Technology
know
is a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse.
They scroll on their phones and they get your name and they call you.
You have people who think that they're having relationships now through social media, not social media, through the internet, through just this kind of relationship. That can't go. That's not how you build a foundation on anything.
Well, that's the mentality of that.
That's how people meet now. I understand that, but. That's something we got. This can only take so much of our lives, man.
Well,
we got to get back to.
Over a lot of lives.
We got to get back to human interaction, and that means looking each other in the eye when you speak and when you want to try to convey something to somebody, and that means. Picking up the phone instead of texting. I'm like, yo, for me, it's
easy to say it, but everybody got to do it across the board.
Sometimes I look at it. Sometimes I look at
people to do stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if I'm ready to talk to you, and I can't get to you. I can't get you when I voice call you, and I can get you faster on through text or through Messenger. Then, to me, you're telling me that you'd rather hide, especially if it's something that we really need to be talking about. You know what I mean? I don't like doing that. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your pain.
It's just the phones,
I want to hear your happiness.
It's just the phones, period. People are on the phones and they're blocking out everything else around them, and it's a shame because they're losing families, they're losing friends, they're losing everybody.
Friends. Yeah, a lot of friendships have let's say fake friendships have been made through social media. People sit over. That's how you know how depressed society is. Because people would rather just keep a message friendship as opposed to picking up a phone and actually talking to somebody and actually reaching. You know what I mean, and building something. You know what I mean? They'd rather sit over and talk. Just like
that's because we are allowing the system. We're allowing the system to program us.
Yep, and that's
where we don't even read a book anymore. We don't even.
And that's the purpose of it.
They don't sell TV.
Books are getting ready to be obsolete.
They don't sell TV guides no more.
I predict in another 20 years. Let's get past the books, because this is where it's at. Ain't gonna be no book. There's not gonna be. Books are getting ready to be obsolete.
And then they say
they're getting ready to be obsolete because. Every book you can read on the internet now. So you don't really need to actually physically put. A lot of us, because we grew, a lot of us that are older, we're going to still do it because that's the way we've been trained. That's the way we were taught to pick up a book and read it. But another 20, maybe even less than that, books is about to be obsolete. You're not going to have to pick up a physical book because these kids now are reading on their tablets.
Well, they have
they've been doing that for years, but it's getting ready to take over. You don't really need the book.
Yeah, they have the audio where you can actually.
Yeah, you got audio books now. It's all books
you
are
can
over.
hear it instead of reading it. You can hear what they're saying. So I mean, it's like I said, it all stems back to being programmed and you accepting them programming you.
We're in the technology age, so you can either
you change the
you
game,
can unplug. You can unplug.
Or you be zombie like everybody else. be in the same lineup as everybody else. Like they're in a I call it
use
on
the
conveyor
technology.
belt.
Use the technology. Don't let the technology use you. That's the thing.
Certain, you want to use it for
you don't let it use you because that's
the
what it can
benefit
do.
to educate people. You want to use it for the
Yes.
promote businesses. I mean, stuff that's going to help other people instead of.
We can take. I don't know what this net neutrality thing is that's coming up, and they said April 23rd. I guess damn near right around tax deadline. I don't know, but that's when the net neutrality ruling goes into effect. So I don't know how they're gonna. I know that. I mean, just from inside sources, I know that like people who have like, if you have HBO, because a lot of people are cutting their cables and stuff. If you have HBO on Go, like as a part of your package, you can the price can fluctuate once that ruling goes into effect. It kept the price under control. It kept the price under control. The net neutrality. That's what Obama enforced that. It was a way of keeping the prices for what we want to the internet content under control. Net neutrality. So now with that being with this guy in office and with the new regime, I mean they're like, I mean, how can we make money off of it? Because there's so much money being made off of.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of money being made off the internet, and I think this is the government's way of saying, we want in. We want to get our piece of the pie.
Right. Well, that's always. Anytime they see
it was good for a while.
Connected to something larger than them, they want to be in. So I mean, that's the part
and I guess it's just a natural way of order with capitalism. We gotta find out.
Absolutely.
We gotta find our way in. Yeah.
Well, like I said, it all stems to it all stems to the word listen. And once you listen and you take it in, then you can proceed from there. But first, you gotta train yourself to listen.
Yeah.
And not just think you know everything or don't want to listen or think people criticize.
That's the
you
biggest thing. Everybody now thinks that they are. I mean, it's my word is overall.
Or, you want to be able.
You got to be willing to understand and listen. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. And listen to people. We'll
grow so much more if we do that as a people.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I want to talk back on the Biggie and the Nas. Biggie.
The debate always comes around this time. Who's the greatest MC?
Who's the greatest MC?
Who's the greatest
MC?
Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas. I mean, or anybody else. You got ABC or
will Tupac even be considered in that bunch?
I don't know. Yeah, Tupac. A lot of people might think Tupac is the greatest of all of them.
I like Tupac.
Me personally,
I like Pac.
Me personally, I'm like, I think that
he speaks some real shit. I like that.
But I think that, of course, and I like that too. Like Pac is, I don't know, he's the Malcolm X. He's the revolutionary. But see, Pac he was all kind of ways because he was. There were times where he had that. There was times like when he got with Death Row, he was, he got into the whole money and the girls thing and the hoes and all that. But there was a time where he was Malcolm. You know what I mean? So I don't know which Pac you liked. I didn't really get into him until Machiavelli came out.
No,
after he died.
Before that.
I know, but after he died, I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked him, but I was being from the East Coast. I like to consider myself. We on in Jersey, right underneath New York, in between Philly. You know what I mean? So
East Coast, West Coast,
East Coast.
Yeah,
that's where you born. This is where hip hop started. This is where hip hop started.
That separation thing, like
I mean, but see, even if I think that if I was on the West Coast, I don't know. I guess it's a culture thing too. They divide us by culture.
Yeah, they divide you by culture. It's everybody got their own style. I would rather whatever you like.
Like Nipsey Hussle. I like Nipsey Hussle's album because I like West Coast. I like Dr. Dre when he first came out. I liked all that, but I never would take that over. You know what I mean? Like the East Coast.
But why?
Because I'm a fan because I came up with hip hop. Me and hip hop the same age.
I understand that, but I'm saying
let me tell you this.
People separate themselves. I don't want to listen to West Coast music.
No, I don't. It's not that I don't listen to it. Dr. Dre stuff was hot. all of that. Everybody, it's not that's undeniable. I mean, his music. You could go back and look at. You can go back to the Chronic and all of that, and you can see. You can hear the beats. And now, me personally, I think the beats made everything. But with the East Coast, I'm into the lyrics. The lyrics were like I said, man.
West
Rakim,
Coast lyrics is
Rakim.
good too.
No, they West Coast lyrics were more about what's going on in the community, which is so. I mean, you need them both of them.
That's what you needed.
But
that's
but
what
East Coast lyrics, a lot of them before. I'm talking about before the Puff and what's calling them when they would start talking about diamonds and cars and stuff. You know what I mean? When we
That's
with
more
the
the
era
East
that
Coast.
no, I'm
They
saying
talk
no,
about
no.
what they
See,
got
you don't
and how
understand that. You don't understand. But you grew up.
Don't tell
We're
me
not
what
that
I don't
much.
understand.
You're
'Cause
not.
I totally understand.
No,
this
but
is my opinion.
I know.
We have our different opinions.
Okay,
here.
but
you
I'm
have
saying
your
though,
opinion. I have my
but
opinion.
the East Coast also came up with people like Gangstar. You
yes,
remember
I do
Gangstar?
remember
Have you
Gangstar.
listened to them?
Yes, I have.
All right then. Do you understand the message that they're trying to convey?
Yes, I
when
do.
Guru was in his prime, when he was talking about
I do.
manifesting,
Yes, I do.
huh?
Yes,
With
I do.
the same manifesting that we talk about now, that's so popular now with all these spiritual people
Yeah.
that are on. You know what I mean? All these spiritual people that we see on the internet is the same manifesting
You're
that
right.
Guru
Yeah.
and Preem was talking about back with Gangstar in 89, 90.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Brand Nubian, Nubia. You know what I mean? The Sudan and all these places that were in Arab controlled in Africa. You know what I mean? Lord Jamar was telling y'all about that back then. You know what I mean? Brand Nubian. That's all Nubia. It's all Kush. You know what I mean? These are areas that were renamed. You know what I mean? And East Coast hip hop before it got taken over by Puffy and them. You know what I mean? It had a lot of education to it. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff, a lot of self. You know what I mean? Telling black people. I mean, like with the whole, like I said, the whole Malcolm X thing with J. Rue the Damager, Lauryn Hill even. If you listen to the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, you'll see that a lot of that plays into a lot of her message plays into to why they went after her, because it was such a big album and it was educational. If you listen to them lyrics and you listen, it's a spiritual album.
Exactly.
So,
and if you think
she's
about
telling
it,
the truth.
all the rappers and the artists that were speaking education to
Chuck
the
D.
world, that where are they doing now? Where are they at now?
Yeah, Chuck D.
You know?
If they're live, they ain't on the radio. I tell you that much. They got them purple. They got them purple cornrow wearing, rapping all that and saying nothing. It sound like bunch of jibber jabberish monkeys. All of it. I mean, I'm telling you, they do. They sound like a bunch of monkeys, and we sit over here, and they've trained our kids to appreciate that dumb shit. They've trained our kids. They did that. They trained our kids.
Well, that's where the
by
parents
taking the fathers out of the household.
Well, that's why.
Because our fathers wouldn't. I mean, if they hadn't took. I just saw somebody shared that had 1.5 million
That
black.
all stems back to education, and it all.
And that's the thing that's the reason
listening.
why, and that goes back to we can go. I mean, we can carry this on and on, because that goes back to the reason why they didn't want to educate us to begin with.
Absolutely.
When we came over here, our ancestors were killed for learning how to read and write, and that was for a reason.
Darren, everything stems.
That was for a reason.
Back
they
to
didn't want us to know who we were.
Slavery.
Yeah, they didn't want us to know who we were.
Anything that we do, that's different. It all stems back to slavery. All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of it. Yeah, you can't understand half this. Like you said, you don't understand. You don't know what they're saying, and
it's ridiculous. But the kids love it. If I put albums coming out, I'm listening. If you go to NPR first listen, you can hear the new Prime 2 album. To me, it's my favorite. I mean, I haven't heard an album like that. I like the first album. I'm prone to real hip hop, so if you heard the 5'9" Funk Flex freestyle, I know a lot of people have. I mean, a lot of that is on the album. I mean, it's just I like it. It's 17. I think it's 15 to 17 cuts. I remember offhand, but if you get a chance to go to NPR first listen and get that Prime, hear that Prime, I'm giving that to you. Thank me later. That's hip hop to me. You know what I mean? That's hip hop. That's from a guy from Detroit. See, that's the influence of East Coast culture, because Royce the 5'9" is an East Coast. He raps East Coast style. You know what I mean? You can tell in his rhyme schemes and patterns that he's patterns them after an East Coast Yeah, I mean, not a. You know what I mean, and Preem, and he got Premier. Premier to me is the greatest hip hop producer to ever do it. A lot of people would question Dilla, but Preem is my guy. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He has the same patterns.
That's why you appreciate albums when they come out and
because you don't get that no more.
They're
you don't,
decent.
Yeah, it's like
you appreciate them.
When they first announced at the beginning of the year, I was like, oh man, I can't wait for this. And then I heard the first 3 songs, and then it's coming out next week, and NPR hasn't already the first listen. So go on NPR. If you can't wait for next week to hear it, go to NPR first listen, and it's all the whole album's on it. I've been playing it all weekend. It is my favorite album of the year so far. And that's just me. I'm an older guy. I know what hip hop is, and I know how it's supposed to sound. A lot of these kids don't. So, go on there and check it out and let me know.
The new era, they don't like the old school music.
That's part of the system's way. That's part of the system's way of dumbing us down too. Because like I said, when we first came in, educational rap was it. KRS-One, Lakim Shabazz, and the 45 King. Queen Latifah, even before she went pop.
The Queen.
With teaching women, showing women how to be queens and stuff. I mean, all this stuff is nothing new. You know what I mean? We could go on and on, but I think through the culture, they infiltrated our culture. The powers that be, they infiltrated our culture, and they put the devil in it. And that's where they know that music that goes back to Africa, baby.
Absolutely.
Our music is, I think, and another thing too, American music would not be nothing without black music. It has an influence on everything.
Yes, it does.
It has influenced every music that there is out there, and nobody can deny that. You can go back and check the history. But yeah, that's the reason why I think they plant that stuff in there. They planted it because they know that how important it is to us. They know that it's like a Pied Piper to us. So
right,
they come in and they say, yo, we're not going to even allow, even like there's artists out here now that can't even get, I mean, we catch them. I was over at my cousin's house now. He's introducing me to all these different, the song that we opened up with. I mean, I never even knew who they were or that they existed, but we were over there and he was playing it. Right. I was like, wow. And they're a white group. That's another thing. These white groups they're doing our music better than we do.
Right.
They are, man. They came in and infiltrated. They didn't take it. I mean, we got to get on the ball, black people. We got to start making some live music again, man. I was listening to Frankly Beverly and Maze this week, and I was like, wow. Yeah. I mean, I would love to see who's the next Frankly Beverly and Maze.
Man, those bands down there in New Orleans were hot.
Yeah. We got to get back to it, man. This is our culture that's being. Now, that's cultural appropriation, I guess, but at the same time, too, if it's done right, what are you going to do? You got to step your game up.
Right.
We sitting over that mug. We got white bands that are doing our music better than what we originated. It's the truth.
Yeah, that's true.
They are, man. They're killing the game right now.
Yes, they
I know I got a lot of them in my rotation. I don't discriminate, man. I don't care. You know what I mean? When it comes to, if it's good, it's good. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna continue to play it.
Absolutely.
And I think that we need to get back to our roots, man. We're so into that techno. We're trying to get into that techno, trying to make the next thing. When a lot of that good stuff.
It's all about the talent and your gift, and you portraying it in a great way. Color shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Should not be nowhere near.
When you're gifted, you're gifted. That
when
doesn't have nothing
you're
to
gifted,
do.
You got
one of my favorite. My wife will tell you.
Regardless of what color you are.
My wife will tell you. One of my favorites was Tina Marie. I'm a big Tina Marie fan. I loved her my mom was a big fan of hers. She was, she came up under Betty Ripperton, and I mean,
they couldn't believe she was a white woman.
Yeah, she gained her chops. And I think like her first couple albums, I don't even think that they even had her face on there because they didn't. They wanted to
trick everybody.
That's how they used to do back in the day. They didn't want to show you. The face because they
wanted you
because they knew it was a race
for the artist for their talent.
And Tina Marie has some soul. I don't care what nobody said. I was a soul child.
Yeah, she was awesome.
She's one of my top 5 all time.
Yeah,
I mean, we went through. And when she passed away, bro, I remember I almost damn near shed a tear. And she passed away.
You did.
I was like, no, not Tina. You know what I mean? Not Tina. And right after
Rick. It was a bad day that day. He was
right after Rick. I grew up on Tina Marie, so
yeah.
So I love her. You know what I mean? She was the like, you know what I mean? Like at that time, I remember driving. We used to drive. Me and my family. We were all alive. When my sister and my dad was alive, we used to drive to Alabama, and we had the 8-track. The 8-track, what you call it?
Like on Johnson's
man,
family vacation.
And we used to play Tina Marie, Cool in the Gang.
Y'all had to listen to it. Shut up, sit back, put that seatbelt on, don't say a word.
At that era, it was like maybe like late 70s, early 80s. So Rick James, the Mary Jane Girls. I mean, that was the era, man. The 8-tracks, man. And we was like, we would go that, but we played the Bad Boys, man. We jamming all the way to Alabama, boy. We jamming. We was like, yeah, we singing and stuff, man. Those are good old days, man.
Yeah.
But the music now, you can't say, I can't, but see, nowadays, that's what they did too. That's what they did too. They divided us. Like I got into my parents' music. Our kids don't get into our music like that.
No.
It's not something that.
Can you imagine?
They cut us off. I'm telling you, that's industry. That's what the powers that be did. They cut us off. That's our lifeline. The drum.
Now look at this era. Can you imagine our kids growing up at 60 and 70 years old listening to "Don't Stop Getting Booty Pop"? You know,
see,
that's what
I think that's what that's where the infiltration began too. And then once I think that has a big deal with everything, because I don't know if y'all remember C. Dolores Tucker. But C. Dolores Tucker was a politician, a black politician. She was older, and to me now in hindsight, I think that she was right. And she was like, "Yo, these guys, this is this should be labeled in decent. It should be indecent, whatever." And she took, I guess they 2 Live Crew took them to court for First Amendment rights, and they won. But they still this is how the whole parental guidance label on records began, because
right.
They since 2 Live Crew won, so then the record label said, "Well, we're gonna have to put this. You're gonna have to label this, so we'll know."
Explicit.
Yeah, like this, that's how movie. I'm guessing that's how movie ratings came into play too. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's probably it probably has something
to do with it. Absolutely.
It has something to do with it. So yeah.
That's
so but back to the whole Jay-Z Biggie Nas thing. Me personally, I'm a Hove. Me
too.
I think he's the greatest. Hove. I don't think that it's anything up to debate. And it's not. And in retrospect, I don't think that it's anything that has anything to do with Big. I just don't think he had the time to compare. So I mean, a lot of people that grew up in that era.
Well, if he was still alive, I mean,
a lot of people nobody. I better not hear no Lil Waynes. And Lil Waynes, I don't delete nobody. But if anybody said Lil Wayne in this, mentions Lil Wayne in this conversation, I might delete you. No Lil Wayne. Stop it, guys. He is not the good. He might be glad I ain't running to him in New Orleans. Asshole. I think that
what
they
you would have did.
I might have smacked him. I might have. I don't know. I know I'm in New Orleans, but I might have smacked. I can talk that now because I'm back home. If I had ran into him in New Orleans, I don't know. I might have smacked him. I don't know, man. I don't know. It depends on how I felt.
He like 4 feet.
Depending on how I felt.
Walking up to him all like a giant and shit.
I'd have smacked him, but I know he would have had his entourage. Yeah. His entourage would have probably killed my old ass. But you know what?
They would have got your ass.
Yeah, but I would have got my smacking. I would have got my smacking. At least I would have got that. I would have had to say that. If they didn't kill me, I'd have been like, yeah. I might have been in the hospital, but I was like, I got that smack.
I'm never washing this hand. I smacked his face with it.
Ewok. Anyway.
Leave that man alone.
Anyway,
he gotta make
Hove,
money too.
Let me tell you something, man. Hove, people won't respect Hove. What Hove done for the game? I mean, he transitioned the game. When he came up, a lot of people wasn't feeling him, and then he came up with Big. Big basically gave us Hove. He was co-signing Hove. So I don't understand why this whole animosity over who's the best, Biggie or Hove, because Biggie already has said. You know what I mean? They were already collaborating on songs and stuff. They were already hanging together. If you go to a Hove concert, you're gonna see where he pulls up old footage of bigging up Jay. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He pulls up footage of it. Like they were boys, so you can't really. If anything, you need to thank the rap guys that there was somebody there to carry the mantle. Because I don't think we'll see too many Hoves coming up, man. Anybody that can write a book of rhymes, and you know what I mean, like, and you got white folks trying to pick your brain on how you came up with these lyrics. Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
you got white folks. They sitting over this mug and they giving you writer, songwriter, put you in the Hall of Fame of songwriters because they like, wow,
Yeah.
they're sitting over here.
How did
They
you
know this
how
greatness.
did you get this out of this? And he's just his
Yeah,
whole
Nas
mentality
too.
is on
Nas
a
too.
whole nother level. And if you don't understand his level, then you won't understand his music.
He transcended the game. He brought like I remember when he first came in and he was 30. He said I'm 30 plus and all this and stuff. There was no rappers like you became irrelevant once you. It was a young man's game, but rap was young. People didn't realize it was it's a music genre, so you can't just. There's no age limit in a music genre.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? And people understand that. They thought it was a young man's game. You gotta switch up the content. As you mature, you switch the content up, and that's what he did. That's
Absolutely.
why. And then here he is at 40. I mean, we really need to give him his props because I mean, a lot of times we wait until people die, our artists die before we give them their props. And I mean, this man he's about to be 50 years old.
Right.
He's
still
still
out there
like
doing
last
his thing.
year's album. I don't care what album they want to put, Kendrick Lamar, or whatever. Ho's album. I mean, it dealt with a lot of stuff that mature stuff that people can gravitate to. I hope that there's some kids out there that are listening to it, and he's telling you about the mistakes he made and everything. And
Right.
these kids, I don't know, they look at it like, yo, he old. He's like, what you call it? Like me, when I was a youngster, I used to look up to like the Marvin Gayes.
Right.
Or like the Isley Brothers, Teddy Pendergrass that my mom and them listen to. You guys don't do that, and I think that a lot of that has to do with the way they cut it off. You know what I mean? Like they did that because they know that our music is generational. It connects us, so they cut it off. They cut it off, and that's why there's such a gap between us and our kids. I think that the music plays a lot into that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely, because they rather listen to an artist than
Yeah, their artists, the artists that they gave
on their
them,
level.
the artists that
it's
on their level, but it's the artists that that was given to them by the system. These are system originated artists, and they put them on our kids, and we're trying to tell them like, yo, this, like I said, the music is a lot. It has a lot to do with our culture. It's like one of the most important things to us, and it's been bombarded with a lot of money. And you know what I mean, a lot of influence, bad influence, and like I said, we had a lot of educational rap. My first Black History teacher was KRS-One. You know what I mean, I never took Black History in school, but without reading on my own. But these guys, they made me go pick up books and read and try to, you know what I mean, verify what they were saying. You know what I mean, Chuck D. You know what I mean, like I said, Gangstar. There's so many people. Brand Nubian. You know what I mean? These are guys that they were educational, and like I said, I just wish that our kids could have came up and listened, would listen to that now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
as opposed to coming up and listen to the industry artists that are being given to them.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, these artists, they paved the way, and then at the same time, they were like, you know what I mean, they if you go into these albums, a lot of them I still listen to. I like I said, I'm on the road all the time, so I'm listening to all kinds of stuff. I go old, new, in between, and if I'm listening like a lot of the old stuff, I'm like, I wish these kids would listen to this. They would have woke up a lot. So a lot of the kids are waking up now because of the internet and all of this stuff that's being put out there. But if these kids had to listen to this stuff, they'd have been woke up already.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? But they got sidetracked with all this bullshit, with all these blue cornrowed hair wearing, gold tooth. You know what I mean? Just I don't know. And like I said, that Royce the 5'9" said that a lot of us purists we're too opinionated and being discriminatory, and I think that
no, that's not true.
I think that it's just a matter of it's just the music sucks. And the music sucks. It has no energy, and this energy that is putting out is being passed to the listeners, the young listeners. And there's nothing in it. There's no message. There's just just a bunch of garbage.
Don't have nothing.
Nothing
educational.
Get the fuck out of here. Anyway.
Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry, I'm yawning.
Oh. What are you saying? So what else? We talk about? Well, Jay's my guy. I don't know. A lot of people say Big. A lot of people say Nas. I think Jay is I think Jay-Z is the
I don't know
the
what you
greatest
guys
of all
think
time.
out there.
Anybody? I know. I think a lot. I know a lot of people are still going to say people are so stuck on big. They're still stuck in that generation and that whole everybody. And then once you know what I mean, it becomes like a group think, a big group think. Everybody's going to think it because it is. But if you do the if you put in the work and listen to the, I mean, his not to take anything away from Big, he had the best 2 album run I think out of a lot of people, but he was just, you know what I mean, he got cut short. Tragedy cut his career short. Hove took the genre.
Can you imagine if he was still living?
He did what, like we were talking about with Malcolm. He went from talking about hope, money holes, and drug dealing and all that to marital problems, his kids, and generational wealth and stuff like that. See, this is the whole. You know what I mean? Big didn't have that. Big was still stuck in that era where when they were young.
Well, he would have been out of. I believe he would have been out of it if he would have still been living.
I would hope that he would still been relevant because Puffy had Big going pop.
He would have been.
Puffy had a lot of cats going pop. So I don't know what would have happened, but Puffy had a lot of them trying. He was trying, with locks with the shiny suits. He was trying to make cats pop, but Hove just he brought. I think Hove brought pop to him. You know what I mean? Like he never compromised. He brought pop to him. I know he always says that the second album after Big, where when he did the shiny suit video and he was with Puff and him, and Puff talked him into it. He said that he would never do that again. So I think that's a lot of people respect the fact that the culture came to him. Like a lot of cats was going off. What Ho spoke was the Bible. Like you know what I mean. I don't wear. He stopped the whole jersey thing. Jersey wear. I don't wear when he said I don't wear them. I'm 30 plus. I don't wear jerseys no more. I wear button up shirts. You know what I mean? And cats stopped wearing jerseys for a while. Yeah. So he brought the culture to him. So I like I said, I don't think there's any debate. I mean, people can try to debate all they want to, but I still think that Hove was the greatest.
Okay. I like Nas too. I like
Nas. Yeah, Nas is great. Nas didn't put in work. Hov was putting out album after album after album after album.
Yeah, well, Hov was unstoppable. He has a book. He have so many records right now to where he can probably make albums for the rest of the year.
Yeah. I don't like the new. I don't like that new song. I like the verse. I mean, I like the. Like I said, I'm a fan of his. What's called? And then he talks about the current events, about the $91,000 bill and getting criticized for not giving more and all that. He touched on all that in the song and stuff. But I don't like anything that has to do with this with him. It's like he's trying to bridge cultures that shouldn't. That's like oil and water. Him and what's his name? The guy that the guy with the auto tune guy. What's his name? That's so big. What's his name?
I forget his name.
We don't even know. See, that's how irrelevant they are to us. Not Future.
Yeah, Future.
Yeah, Future. Yeah, well, that's how. That's
the kids' favorites.
Yeah, I'm like, Future. I mean, a lot of music. He ain't really saying nothing to me. I'm not real big on it. So, I mean, like I said, that's a generational thing. So, anyway. What else are we gonna touch on?
So, Tupac. We was talking about Tupac.
No, you said Bruno, right?
Huh? Bruno? Oh yeah, Bruno. Yeah. Let's go to another subject. So let's talk about Bruno Mars and how they feel that he is taking.
Yeah, Bruno Mars has been. Social media has something to cry about.
Crazy.
Every day. And this is stuff that takes us away from the important stuff that's going on.
Absolutely.
We're sitting over here arguing over who's taking whose style, and somebody's in our house robbing everything while we're discussing it.
Right.
That's something that's all orchestrated too. So, Me personally, I don't like Bruno Mars. I don't think that.
I like Bruno Mars.
I like him, but
like him.
I don't think that he is a R&B, traditional R&B artist. There are R&B artists that are out there. Yeah, I mean the thing is the reason why you don't know them is because of Bruno Mars. There's great songs being. If you go on YouTube, you can find endless songs of good artists that they can't even get on DAS anymore because of Adele.
Yeah, Adele's taking
Bruno
over.
Mars. And also too, I mean, and nothing against them, but you got to leave. I mean, for you to be a traditional R&B artist, you got to, or station, you have to still recognize the up and coming talent. And there's a lot of great talent. These people win. There's talented people that win Grammys, but they can't
Absolutely.
even get on the radio. And that's a whole.
So it's all that's all controlled. So
Yeah.
you can't like. That's all.
I mean, you have Grammy nominated people, but they can't even get. You don't really hear a lot of Kendrick Lamar's stuff from his album on radio, but that's a whole other topic.
Well,
We're
they
talking
don't
about
want it on
R&B,
radio.
and a lot of the reason why I think a lot of people are saying cultural appropriation. It's not that they don't like Bruno Mars, is that he is not R&B. He is not our face, not the face of black music. And I think that black people are starting to rebel now. But I was out. If you check a lot of times I post about it. If you check this, you will see that I think that I was saying this like when it first happened, when that 24/7 when he was doing, that's a pop song. It's it got a nice little beat. You know what I mean? He's dancing and stuff. You know what I mean? But at the same
Well,
time
that's because they're labeling him. Maybe he's not an R&B singer.
They're labeling him.
They're
He's a
labeling
pop.
him.
They're labeling
Yeah.
him. Yeah, the corporations are labeling
Absolutely.
him.
You gotta
But they're
label
trying
him.
to infuse him onto black radio stations, and that's not going to work. Not with that's the same problem with hip hop purists. Like hip hop purists are going to defend the culture, as opposed to the stuff that's going on now. And you can't blame. Can you blame us if you see this bullshit that's going on? But Bruno Mars is still. I mean, he's still hands above a lot of artists out there, and he can sing. He's talented dude.
Yeah, he's
Very
talented.
talented.
I
I'm
like
not taking
Bruno
nothing away
Mars.
from Bruno Mars, but I'm saying he is not R&B.
No,
and
he's
they're
just-
trying to
he's-
put him in an R&B category. If they wouldn't try mixing these genres up, you know what I mean, you might be.
Well,
they
that's
might have a
because
what's called
the person
back in
that's
the day.
doing it don't know music.
Yeah,
Pretty much, it stems back to them knowing music.
yeah.
They're trying to put him or say he's R&B singer and he's pop singer.
Adele's not. I don't consider Adele R&B. Adele.
No, Adele's not R&B.
She's pop, but
yeah,
still,
she's pop as well. I
she's
mean,
pop, but.
people have their own style. I mean, you can't make them tell them what they're singing about and how their music
or
is.
how they are categorized.
Yeah, you can't do that. People got their own style.
But that's
so.
like I said, that's something.
And
like,
that's
this
the
is
beauty
what-
about
but-
that's the beauty about being an artist because
This is the thing.
everybody is different.
This is the thing, though. That's why I think that a lot of people are holding resentment because they're like, you're making him out to be this R&B star, and I don't even know if he wanted to be that. But
He
the
need to
corporate,
speak up.
but the corporate, no, he's going to because if you once you take over the black crowd, you know what I mean? Because we determine what's hot.
It doesn't matter.
We determine what's hot, man.
I mean,
we determine what's
I
hot.
understand that, but he should say
No matter if it's hot or not.
he
like,
should say as a person, I love R&B.
He
but
did.
I'm more
He
of-
came out and he said that R&B.
And-
He said that Spanish music because he's Puerto Rican, so you can't really say that he's a culture vulture because he's damn near us.
Right.
So he came out and he said that all of this music, everything. He said it. He made a statement, and I don't know if that was orchestrated by his label,
Probably.
because they knew that
Sure
this
it
was
was.
coming. But he did. He came out and he said it.
Mhm.
Because when you say that, I mean, I don't know if you alienate a lot of your fan base. That I mean, but he came out and said it. I think that he was saying that because he knew that this day would come because he's being put on. I see him I hear him on WDAS. Like that's our local contemporary R&B station more than I hear like what's the other guy? It's another guy. See, that's the thing. I can't even because they don't play him. You got to find him. And this guy was like the best new artist, I think. Anderson .Paak.
Oh yeah.
Anderson .Paak is a genius, a musical genius. Dr. Dre
Yeah, I
just
like
signed
him.
him. Dr. Dre just signed him. I mean, his albums. I mean, his first album was like one of my album of the year a couple years ago. But he can't get on the radio because of Bruno Mars. You know what I mean? So you can play Bruno Mars if you want to, but you got to put Anderson .Paak up there too. We need to see our music represented by if we have good artists, we need to see the representation. I don't care, like I said, music has no color to me. If it's soulful, I can feel it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna play it, and it's gonna be in my rotation. I don't care who it is. But like I said, when I hear good artists like Anderson .Paak, I think he was like the best new artist. He got nominated anyway for best new artist, not this year, but the year before.
Mhm.
And he didn't. I don't know if he won or not, but I mean, his album was outstanding, and you didn't hear not one song on DAS, and I'm like, why? And
Yeah.
that's how you know when these companies come in and they buy them, They buy up all our radio stations, and they get to push who they want to push. And Bruno Mars is a product of that, and he's being victimized for it, and it's not his fault. So that's why you hear a lot of backlash. I think this is my opinion. I think you get a lot of backlash because I'm a music purist. You know what I mean? I like soul, I like rap, I like it in its purest form. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep it going. I mean, you can teeter it with a little bit. The auto-tune era needs to stop. I think that needs to go. I think the auto-tune needs to go out of R&B. You don't hear these. I hear these white groups coming up. They don't use auto-tune. They use their voices.
Absolutely.
These soul white groups. These soul white groups. I'm telling you, black people, we got to step our game up. We got to step our game up because these white groups are killing it right now, and they got soul. I mean, they're actually singing with soul. They're not using auto tune like we do. We doing all this techno stuff, man. We got to get out of that.
Yeah,
We got to get out of it. This is ours. We built this. You know what I mean?
That's because when the first song came out with auto tune, it made so many hits. So everybody, instead of them being leaders, they followed. So everybody started doing auto tune, which I can't stand. I can't stand auto tune. Terrible, but that's why you hear so many songs with autotune.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think that it's overdone now. Just like comic book movies, but now that we have Black Panther, I'm okay with comic books. But I don't think comic book movies. I mean, you got comic books. We need more original entertainment too. I mean, that's a whole other story. But I think when we are at a time where people just take the same stuff, and if it works and it's making money, they just repeat it and they kill it. It's overdone.
I just said that with autotune. That's the same.
But I'm saying, that's everything though. And just like I said with comic book movies, with everything, anything that's going to make them money. They're going to keep doing it, keep pushing it until. Which I don't even think Chris Brown gets played on DAS more than Bruno Mars. He's a pop, so I don't even think he gets played on the pop stations, but he gets his because of his fan base. But Bruno Mars, like I said, he's more of a pop star. He gets pop and R&B. You know what I mean? And I think that there are two genres, so you either one or the other. Like my man Travis Gould, he came in yesterday. He's like, well, Michael Jackson was a pop star. And I was like, well, Michael Jackson had a long career. I mean, when he started out, he wasn't a pop star. Michael Jackson was a R&B star. You know what I mean? So he came in, and you know what I mean. After Thriller, there's pre-Thriller and there's post-Thriller. But pre-Thriller, Michael Jackson was a dark skinned.
The Michael Jackson
he had the black people nose.
Diggy.
He had an afro.
He still is.
He had a black nose afro.
He still was.
And he was.
Even after that.
After Thriller, that's when he just that catapulted him to superstardom, and he just was like, you know what I mean? Look, I'm a pop star, but I'll give y'all a couple of these. I'll give y'all a couple of these R&B songs like Butterfly and Remember the Time. Those songs like that. Those were our songs. Right. I mean, those other songs they were for everybody. He had transferred over.
That's because he was working with different people then.
Yeah, and then it was this. You know what I mean? You got a whole. He had a whole audience.
Set of people. So
so that's the thing. You're either going to compromise. and you got to sell out a little bit, or you're gonna stick to your base. And your people gonna love you.
That's like look at the Tina Turner movie. How she was. Remember how she was with Ike.
Yeah.
And then they broke up.
Yeah. She went. Yeah. That's what they.
That's what happened. So that's what happened with Michael. The same thing.
That's like Paul Mooney said. They get it. We come up. We love it, and they take it. That's the truth. That's the truth. They take it. They take it, man.
Yeah. So it's just. You know, music is, like I said, it's a way for you to express your talent and your art. And I love all music. I love all music.
I like Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix just put out an album. I was playing that on Friday. I mean, I get it's what inspires you, man. Like if I get inspired, it don't matter if it's rock or if it's blues or if it's jazz. Lauryn Hill. I mean, I'm tired of that.
I want her.
Everybody keeps saying Lauryn Hill. I think we need another up and coming Lauryn Hill that can be accepted. And hopefully, like a lot of people don't understand.
I know, but I like
she came out, but she's not. I don't know if she's the same as she used to be. People talk about her concerts. They like.
Well, I can't go
They
by
say
what
that
people
she's not
say
the
because
same.
I've never
They
been
say
to
she's
one of
not
her
the
concerts.
same anymore. I mean, but I've heard a lot of people.
I mean, I
Then
hear
she
a whole
comes
lot of
out.
stuff
She
too,
comes
but
out late.
until I experience
She
it
comes
myself,
out late.
I
So maybe
can't.
we need another
That's
Lauryn
their
Hill.
opinion.
Everybody's looking, and you see the need for it. You would think that a record label or a company or corporation would be like, you know what? Let's go try to search for somebody that, you know what I mean, like another,
Maybe they have. You don't
another
know
Erica
that.
Badu or
Maybe they have.
who?
Maybe she's turning them down.
Not her. I'm talking. There's a million damn soul artists that are coming up now.
I'm just saying, me
I don't
personally,
care.
my opinion, I like Lauryn Hill,
But
and
Lauryn
I would
Hill
love
is
to see
Lauryn Hill's
her
done.
in
She's
concert.
washed up,
I've
man.
never seen
Lauryn
her
Hill's
in concert.
washed up.
I've
All
never
right,
seen
everybody.
her in concert.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of stop beating the dead horse with a stick. Lauryn Hill's washed up.
Talent never goes anywhere.
Lauryn Hill is washed up. I've heard
Talent
people.
never goes
I don't
anywhere.
know. Has anybody
And
been
that's
to a
the
Lauryn
thing.
Hill concert lately?
You're
I've heard so
hearing-
many people tell
You've
me
never
that
been
Lauryn
to a
Hill's
Lauryn
concert.
Hill concert, so you
It's
can't comment on anything.
People go to Lauryn Hill concerts and I've heard of people going to Lauryn Hill concerts
That's their
and
opinion,
being
though.
very,
You may
but
go and
a
love it.
whole bunch. It's like you can't have this many opinions of the same person.
And you may go and love it though. So you can't go by other people's opinions.
Something happened to Lauren, man. I don't know what they did. I mean, I think it was when they came after her, and they unjustly jailed her and took her away from her kids. I mean, who does that? That's the government. They do that, and they do that knowing.
But that's what's wrong with people. They always trying to read
Lauryn
inside of
Hill's-
somebody's head and say this and say that about
Lauren,
people.
I'm just
You
saying.
don't know
I'm
about
just
that
saying-
woman.
I don't
You
care.
don't know what she's going
I'm just
through.
saying that the product is not the same.
She may do a concert next week, and the concert may be the best concert you ever been to.
I don't know. Lauryn Hill's been. She was
never
on tour
know.
with
You're going
Nas.
by
She was
other
on tour with
people's
Nas,
opinions.
and like I said,
You're going by
they
other
said
people's opinions.
She comes out the
You need
concert
to have
late.
your own vision, your
I don't know
own
what
opinion.
happened. I think that maybe I don't know. Maybe she has some kind of connection to where she has to pay back the government from all the.
And then you're
I don't know.
assuming
I'm
you don't know
trying to
this
figure
stuff,
out why
though.
her heart isn't into her music anymore.
Yeah, you don't know this stuff. Stop saying what
We
you
need
think.
a new Lauryn. We
what's
need
going on with
somebody, not another Lauryn Hill. We need more conscious
Talking
singers.
about the
period.
government and all that
We
stuff.
need
You
more
don't know what's
conscious
going on
singers.
with
They
that
came
woman.
after her and went her and put her in jail and took her away from her kids.
Okay.
And that's the government's fault. They didn't have to do that.
You're right. I totally agree with
And
that.
I think that she was never the same afterwards. Anybody who follows music knows this. I don't know what you're saying, but she was never the same after
I'm
that.
not saying
And when
that
she came out,
hasn't
and now
changed,
even
but
her,
you don't know her story.
but they're saying that even her
Until she
even
talk about her story,
even
then
which
we'll
ones-
know her story. You can't put your opinion on how her story went.
And she, this
you
is
don't
one
know
girl. I mean, she came out with the Fugees and stuff, but that one album is like, I mean, women. That's like women's anthem. Like a lot of women, a lot of like spiritual women. Like I mean, that was their anthem. Like that one album. Look at how much impact it had on everybody, on the culture.
That's talent. She's talent. That's
but the
talent.
thing is that she hasn't
It's
been
Austin
able.
back to talent, baby.
And then she was going through a lot of stuff with the dude. I mean, a lot of stuff was going on that was made public. But the bottom line was they came after her and they locked her up. I didn't agree. I was like, yo.
I didn't agree with that, but at the same, I understand that, but you can't.
After
you don't
what
know
y'all
what's
still
going on
signing, you niggas still
None
signing
of us
deals.
know. None of
Real.
us know what's going on.
After all they done stole for real, even what they did to our Lauryn Hill.
I just hope she.
And you niggas
comes
is
back.
supposed to be true.
Because I would love to see her in concert. I've never got a chance. I always wanted to see her in concert. I never had the opportunity, so I would love to see that.
I heard she gives a horrible show now.
Well,
I mean, I'm just saying from like 1,000
I'm
people.
not going by what people say. People talk all the time, so
If I hear that, I'm not gonna go.
I'm not going by.
I want to, because I don't want to go. Like I said, I was listening to Frankie Beverly, and you hear now you see the reviews and stuff, and they were saying that he's nowhere near. He don't sound nowhere. He's 71 years old, so he don't sound nowhere near. He sounded like, I don't know if he was a smoker or what, but they're saying that his concert isn't what it used to be. I don't want to see nobody. That's like going to see a boxer that was, you know what I mean, that default too many fights. You know what I mean, that he is out of his prime. You know what I mean? You don't want to go see these singers and they don't represent what they used to, and they don't represent what they used to be.
They could have had a bad day that day.
Anytime
you never know.
when I hear
can't
Lauryn
go
Hill,
off opinion of
when I hear every Lauryn Hill concert that somebody coming out, I see a review of them saying, I just can't believe it.
Well,
if
she ever come back out and do a concert, I will be
I gotta
the
see
first
her.
person to buy a ticket.
I gotta see a video of her live first before I go see it.
I'll buy a ticket.
I'll go see Erica.
I'll support
I'll
her.
go see Erica Badu.
I will definitely support
I'll go see
Lauryn
Erykah
Hill.
Badu.
I sure will. I always wanted to see her, and if she come out, I would love to see her.
All right.
Yes.
You want to wrap up?
different. Huh?
Want to wrap up in a minute or what? What time is it? I don't know. We've been just going on. I don't have my phone with me today.
Well, you've been going on. You've been flapping your gums
It's
the whole
good.
time. I
It's
just kind of
good.
been sitting back, letting you just,
You seem like you were.
Today's the Darren show. It's okay. It's all right.
No, it's your show, honey.
No, it's not my show.
That's not my show. It's yours. I'm your sidekick.
Sidekick?
Yes, I'm your sidekick.
You don't shut up the whole time you're in here. You're talking for a whole hour, and you don't keep talking.
Am I? Okay.
Yes, you just, that's just you.
All
you
right.
just take over, you talk over me, and then it's just, whatever. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
you
go
can
ahead.
wrap up.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just sitting back.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna go by
Go ahead.
your
What are we
lead.
doing? What else are we doing? What else are we doing?
I'm gonna go by your lead. Go ahead.
No. It's your show.
No.
No.
You've been doing a great job. Go
Anyway.
ahead. There you go. See? Knew it coming.
Well, thanks for putting me in my place.
I knew. Oh, you're supposed to be putting
All
me
right.
in place.
Thanks for putting me in my place. Now go
Absolutely.
ahead, Queen.
What else you talking about?
Go ahead, Queen.
What else you talking about?
I don't have nothing else to say. Oh, shout out to my
I knew it.
my peoples.
You never
My
not
peoples.
have nothing to
Yo,
say.
my people. Yo, we did it. No, but tell them about the you did a cater. You had your vegan catering.
Hey, you got the mic now, baby. I'm gonna just sit back and relax. I'm tired.
I'm done.
I'm tired today.
Let's wrap up. Let's wrap up
Hey,
there. No,
shout out the vegan thing.
I don't even know who.
It was at your cousin's house. Go ahead. Don't act. Don't.
No,
don't
but I'm
get-
saying
don't
though,
get-
you did a catering for. Go ahead and tell them that you did one and that you're
Never
still
mind,
doing
guys.
your things. We had a good. We got good reviews from our. We had a major event yesterday, and we got good reviews from it. And I just want to big up Shamana because, you know, what I mean, she handled all of the preparation and everything. I just, you know, what I mean, I'm there for her in support, and I help. You know, what I mean, the business side, I help her with everything, but she does a lot, and I saw what she did all weekend with preparing it, and you guys don't even realize, man, what she goes through. This is what she wants to do, and I admire her work ethic in doing it, and she went and everything, and to have the people who respond back with positive feedback, well, all the positive feedback that we've been getting is, I mean, that's why she does it. So, yeah, I mean, big up to her. I mean, this is, I mean, we're gonna still keep that going. That's our Vegans Are Us. Vegans Are Us. Follow the page. Vegans Are Us.
Yeah, Vegans Are Us. Follow our page.
Yeah.
We do catering for any event,
Yeah.
any occasion. We also do intimate dinners. So if you want to, set up an intimate dinner with your significant other, husband, wife, give us a shout out. Hit us up in the inbox. We will appreciate it. So I did my first birthday party yesterday, and it was the setup was amazing. They said they were going to post stuff, so you guys can see that on my page because they're going to tag me. But they really enjoyed the food, and that's the thing again about the vegan thing. And I don't want to keep going on and on about the food, but that's one of the reasons why people that's one of the reasons why people don't stay vegan. They'll try it and then they'll fall off because they don't know what to eat. They don't know how to cook it. So that leads to every Thursday I do go online, usually at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And I make a dish and I show you how to do it, and I list all the ingredients I cook with. And it's if you want to know how to cook some vegan dishes, please follow my page and please share it.
Black Love Experience.
Yeah, Black Love Experience. It's please share it.
We had a lot. And then shout out to everybody who shared too. We had like up to 40 shares. We got we're over 2,000 views now.
Yeah, thank you everybody that shared it. Just trying to get some different, just trying to help people because I get people that inbox me all the time and ask me, I don't know what to eat and I'm tired of eating this, I'm tired of eating that. So I figured I'd just do a recipe every Thursday. And like I said, I come on at 7 p.m. and all those recipes will be in my cookbook. So you can also purchase that. So if you want to have the recipes in your home, you can have it inside of the cookbook that I'm going to be putting together. So with that being said, also here at the complex, and please download Elev8tion Radio app, please. They have a lot of stuff going on here at the complex. So much stuff. They have different radio shows that come on, and they have a studio in the back where you can, show your talent and sing, and they have all kind of stuff. I have classes here. I don't know how long I'm gonna be having the classes here, but I will definitely let you know when I will be stopping the classes. I think I'm going to
We want to get
hold off on some. I want to bring it outside. So I teach classes. So I like to teach outside when the weather starts to break. So I will definitely let you guys know when I'll be going outside. But so far we have the classes here. Monday we have Zumba toning at 7 p.m. Tuesdays we have kickboxing cardio at 7 p.m. Wednesday we have hit cardio at 7 p.m. and Saturday morning at 9 a.m. we have Zumba toning. So come on out if you want to get your exercise in. They're a great workout. You definitely get a great workout.
Plus, this is a beautiful.
And it's $5 a class. So also I do the personal training. So if you want to do that,
this is an easy.
hit me up about
it's easy to locate this area. I mean, this.
Yeah, this is in a great
it's right
area.
It's right on Landis Avenue. I mean, it's very spacious, and I mean,
absolutely.
Like, this
They also rent the hall out for parties and birthdays or whatever.
So what we're doing is now it's like I said, she's like, if you guys want to come out, I know the weather's about to break. We're about to have extra daylight. It's about to get warmer. I mean, people are going to be going out more. So I mean, this is a perfect time. Like these next couple weeks while she's still doing it, this is a good time to come out and see what it's about. So maybe if we get, you know what I mean, enough. You know what I mean? Then maybe she might reconsider.
Yeah, I'm actually looking for instructors because I just have a lot of stuff going on right now. So I do teach I personally teach the cardio kickboxing class and also the cardio hit class. I have an instructor named Christine June, and she's wonderful. She's great. I call her the Zumba goddess. She teaches Zumba toning on Mondays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. So if it's any instructors out there that's willing to teach and looking for a teaching gig, please hit my inbox. I'm looking for someone to teach kickboxing. I'm looking for someone to teach hit class, someone to teach strong Zumba. I'm also looking for yoga instructors. So please let me know if you're certified. Hit me in the inbox and we'll go from there because I definitely want to incorporate yoga as well. So that's pretty much it. So if you guys need anything, like I said, they use this building for a lot of stuff. I'm proud of the owners here because they're really doing big things.
Yeah, shout out to Covenant, man.
Yeah, shout out to them.
They're good. They're family.
Absolutely.
They're our family. This is Elev8tion Radio,
all about growing. It's all
Imperial
about
Entertainment.
It's all
This
about
is a
sticking with one
movement
another.
that we will not let stop because everything is cool here. And go ahead.
Absolutely. It's all about sticking with one another and just,
we got to teach that to our. I mean, then when the kids see how we are able to come together, I mean, this is how we started. There's not a lot going on here for us. A lot of stuff is shut down. I mean, this is something that we have. This is our jewel right here. So we're going to support it.
Absolutely. So please support
Imperial Entertainment.
Yes.
Elev8tion Radio. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff.
Anything
that you could do. Sweet 16s. Any kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. The hall is beautiful. So
yeah, really
they
nice.
supply the tables and stuff. You don't have to rent all that stuff, which is good. But
let's
I mean,
blow it
the
up.
price,
Let's blow it
the
up,
price
folks.
is so reasonable. So let's come out here and support.
Yeah.
And you'll definitely be satisfied with the services.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we're going to be signing off. We thank you guys for tuning in to Black Love Experience.
All right.
Every Sunday at 12 noon. Probably have a guest next week. I don't know who, but I'm looking for a guest. So if you have any up and coming business that you want to promote, we're also looking for sponsors. So
we're growing. We're not going nowhere.
Yeah, please let us know.
We are growing. So
please let us know if you want us to sponsor you. Hit our inbox, of course. We'll be willing to do that with no problems.
Yeah.
Also, you guys, please remember to follow our Vegans or Us page and our Black Love Experience page.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the support that you guys are giving us. We're actually trying to make this a movement. So hopefully, you're definitely going to see some changes. So that's all.
I know I got to get my butt back.
I'm not going to speak on it, but you're definitely going to see some changes, positive changes, and we're definitely growing. So we just thank you guys. Just continue to support us. We really appreciate you guys. And we'll definitely share our success, and we'll definitely look out for you for helping us. So with that being said, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday.
And thank you for this.
So much for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Thank
Even
you
when
for
we're running a little behind,
sharing
we have our lives are just so hectic. I
Yeah.
had to train this morning, so I'm a personal trainer as well. So I had a training session this morning. So I trained at the gym and I ran over to ShopRite because they have these products that I was telling everybody on my page when I made my vegan dish that they have these um, Guardian products
Well,
on
you
sale.
might as well say it now. Go ahead, give it to
Yeah,
him.
Guardian products
The
on
shop
sale.
right.
Yes, at ShopRite.
In
So you can
Violin or
get
Millville?
all the
All
ShopRites.
shop
So
rates. They-
it's usually $4.99 a bag for these products. If you're vegan, you know what I'm talking about. Guardian. They're the best products I think, besides field roast. But they're on sale for you can get 3 packages for $5.97, and they're on sale all week. So I ran over there early this morning, and I mean after I did my training session. By the time I did that, it was like 11:15, and I had to get home, get showered, dressed, and all that stuff, and get back to and get here. So I was running a little behind, but we made it, and everything worked out. But we just thank you guys for being so patient with us and tuning in. Um, please, please, please share our videos. Everything that we do, if
Also,
you share it, we can grow.
uh,
Without you, we wouldn't be nothing. So thank you again.
also, I hear a lot of people talking about there's nothing to do in Cumberland County. Get out. This is the time now. The weather's starting to break. It's gonna break.
Absolutely.
And the suns, we're gonna have more daylight, and there's a lot to do here, guys. Don't think outside your box that you live in. I know we're in Cumberland County, and a lot of things aren't here to do. We can actually make stuff here. We have the Imperial Entertainment, but I
Right.
mean, you got New York, Philly, AC, Maryland. I mean, Delaware. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on in this area, and we got to take advantage of it instead of talking about where there's nothing to do. And there's
Absolutely.
ways to get to it. We got public transportation. There's all kinds of ways to get to these cities. So just don't
Absolutely.
think outside the box.
Oh yeah, and also I forgot to mention I do meal prepping. I do vegan meal prepping. I've been having people hit me up about vegan meal prepping. I do vegan meal prepping. You have to put your order in by Wednesday for Sunday's pickup. So for that week, so this week you would give me your orders for on Wednesday, and I will have everything ready for you by Sunday. So keep that in mind too if you trying to convert to veganism. All right. So again, guys, thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. This is Black Love Experience signing off.
All right.
Hit us up
Positive
in our
energy.
inbox if you need us.
Positive energy and good spirits go to everybody for the
Absolutely.
rest of the week. May
Absolutely.
everything that you seek come to you.
Absolutely.
Seek and ye shall find.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Take it easy.
Peace. I don't have the. We're gonna play you guys a song while we walk out. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Black Love Experience signing off.